Most people, they get excited for the next new movie, the new piece of tech, or the next big game. Me, I get excited when one of my favorite authors drops another banger. I came to reading at a time in my life when I was unsatisfied. I was unsatisfied with many aspects of my life, but specifically with the situation of my relationships. And through a long series of events, I came across a video by Tai Lopez called Why I Read a Book a Day. It was a TED Talk, and something in me triggered me to click on that video. And in that video, what Tai Lopez essentially says is he asks you, what if today some of the millionaires, the billionaires of the world asked you if you wanted to sit down with them, have a meeting in which they would share their secrets of success, the secrets that made them a millionaire, a billionaire, the secrets and the strategies that they use in their business. Would you take them up on their offer? And as I was sitting and watching this video, I was like, yes, of course I would take them up on their offer. Please, why can't that happen to me? I want to be rich too. And then Tai says that, well, these people have done that. They've written their secrets and their strategies in their books. And it's true. If you read Sam Walton's autobiography, or you read Principles by Ray Dalio, you see that they have written down their secrets in these books. And this started my journey into reading. So like most people, I got into reading in this kind of self-help mindset, and I started devouring a lot of these books. And I fell into what I call the trap of self-help. Now, the trap of self-help has two components. The first one is reading as a source of dopamine, and the second one has to do with the law of diminishing returns. So reading as a source of dopamine is essentially when you read books without applying the principles that you read in them. You read thinking that you're doing something productive. You read thinking that automatically your relationships are improving, or automatically that you're gonna start making more money. You think that the act of reading is gonna give you the benefit that you're trying to get from reading that book. So you think that reading about investing has made you an investor. Reading about entrepreneurship has made you an entrepreneur. Or reading about self-help and self-development has made you develop yourself. And this is the first trap of self-help, where you read these books and you think that you're making a change, but you're not, because reading is the first step. You have to apply what you're reading. And this brings us to the second component of the trap of self-help, which is the law of diminishing returns. Now, the law of diminishing returns is a concept from economics, which states that after some optimal level of capacity is reached, adding an additional factor of production will not lead to the same amounts of increases in output. So basically, once you get to a certain point, you're not gonna gain as much from doing the same things. For example, if you're a runner, doing a certain amount of strength training is going to help your performance. But after a certain point, doing more will not help you get faster. And in reading, once you've read a certain amount of these self-help books, reading beyond that point is really not going to make much of a difference in your life. So these two factors of the trap of the self-help create people who are reading as a source of dopamine, a source of pleasure, but they're not making any gains out of their act of reading. And a lot of them become disheartened and they quit reading, or they start hating on self-help, and they lose their love of the art and the act of reading. The purpose of reading is to sculpt your personality, mindset, and life into a masterpiece. The life aspect is easy. That's where self-help comes in. All you need to do is read a few books on how to set goals, how to break them down, and how to work towards them, and you're good to go. In those books, you'll learn simple concepts like set goals, take action, ask, raise your standards, commit to constant and never-ending improvement. You only need to read so many of these books before you hit that level of diminishing returns. It's that mindset and personality change that comes from reading, which is the most important part. Good books change how you think and act. All great creators, inventors, and leaders read. One of Benjamin Franklin's favorite books is Plutarch's Lives. And what is that book? It's a series of biographies of 48 men arranged into pairs, highlighting their moral virtues and failings. It's no surprise that Benjamin Franklin achieved the success that he did reading books of such a nature at such a young age. Benjamin was a great creator. He owned a newspaper and was a writer, famous writer. Benjamin was an inventor. He invented the bifocal lenses and the lightning rod. And Benjamin was a leader. He was one of the founding fathers of the United States of America. Books can shape your perception and your action. If you feel like you're being taken advantage of, you're not being appreciated, remember Law 16 of the 48 Laws of Power. Use absence to increase respect and honor. If you're thinking about quitting yet another endeavor that you've started, one of many, remember the words of Seth Godin from The Dip. Serial quitters spend a lot of time in line. And if you feel like there's a problem in your life that's insurmountable, remember that the obstacle is the way. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Reading has given me a new way to perceive and operate in the world. The impact has been so great that I believe the real education is self-education. We do learn a lot in school, but school teaches us technical skills. We all know great accountants, lawyers, engineers who are at the top of their game, at the top of their craft. But their relationships suck. Their health sucks. Their ability to manage stress and turmoil sucks. Because in school, you don't learn how to understand and transform your psyche. That is done through the right kind of books.